Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Krishnaya Prabhupāda Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine
Krishna Krishnaya Prabhupāda Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Vashnata Vishuddharine
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vashnata Vishuddharine
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivāśati Bhaktivedanta
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivāśati
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivāśati
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivāśati
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivāśati Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajaka Acharya Ashtottar Shato Shri Srimad Abhay Charanaruvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Shri Mathura Dham ki jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Shri Mayapur Navadvip Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Jamuna Mai ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tulasi Maharani ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Shamabeto Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Śrīla Prabhupāda. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschata Deshatarine. Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai. Hare Krishna. So how many of you were here in the session last evening? So most of you are here. How many of you are not here? Okay, few of you are not here. So those who are not here, for them, briefly I'll just mention what we discussed. The topic that we are discussing is Śrīla Prabhupada's position as the Founder-Acharya of ISKCON. And we consider this, in ISKCON we consider that this specific position of Śrīla Prabhupada is very important. Prabhupada himself was very emphatic about this point. Now, in one hand we saw that Śrīla Prabhupada was so humble that he didn't want to take any credit for anything. When Śrīla Prabhupada established this institution, he named it the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. People did not know, although this movement became very popular in the West, but most of the people did not know who was the person behind that. Like we noticed that during the mid-60s, and the many gurus from India went to America and set up their institutions. And all those spiritual organizations that they established were named after them. Whereas Prabhupada's institution, Prabhupada didn't name it after himself. It was not Bhaktivedanta Swami institution, he named it after Krishna. So this is how humble Śrīla Prabhupada was. When people gave him the credit for spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world, and even mentioned that Prabhupada achieved something which was greater than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's achievement, Prabhupada very humbly declined from taking that credit. And he said that no, it's all done by my Guru Maharaj and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They simply gave me the credit. In one hand we see that Śrīla Prabhupada was so humble. But on the other hand we see that Śrīla Prabhupada was so emphatic about his position as the Founder-Acharya of ISKCON. And in course of time we recognized the need for that. Why Śrīla Prabhupada did that? Prabhupada didn't do that for his personal aggrandizement. Prabhupada did that to secure the institution of ISKCON. In order to secure the institution of ISKCON, Śrīla Prabhupāda very emphatically established two things. One is the collective concept of management through the GBC, and the other is his position as the Founder-Acharya of ISKCON. Now the consideration is, why so much emphasis on the institution? The emphasis on the institution was there because to continue his mission, even after his disappearance, the institution was essential. See, if the institution of ISKCON was not there, then after Śrīla Prabhupada left the planet, what would have happened? Whatever he has achieved would have come to a gradual halt. But on the other hand, we are seeing, because the institution is there, that's why even after Śrīla Prabhupada's disappearance, the mission is progressing. The movement is growing. Krishna consciousness is becoming more effectively established in this world. Now, why did Śrīla Prabhupada come here? Is Śrīla Prabhupada's appearance just a chance happening? Is Prabhupada just an ordinary person who just happened to achieve some success? Or Śrīla Prabhupada was sent by Krishna, sent by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to fulfill his prediction. What is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction is that Krishna consciousness movement would spread all over the world in every town and village. Now, if we consider that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then can his words go in vain? No. His words must become a reality. Yesterday, in this respect, I was giving an example of how effective the Lord's words are. Like God said, "Let there be light." There was light. Isn't it? So in the same context, you said, God said Krishna consciousness movement will spread in every town and village. Is it going to happen? Yes, because he said it. Now he said it, he himself didn't do it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, spread Krishna consciousness all over India. But then he made this amazing prediction. This movement is going to spread in every town and village. What he gave, he foretold that it will happen. And then, such an impossible prediction became a reality, also in an amazing way. Śrīla Prabhupada goes, although he was instructed by his spiritual master when he was 26 years old to embark on this project. He actually inspired him to do this when he was only 26 years old. And since then, Prabhupada committed himself completely to fulfill that mission. But it took him 44 years before he could effectively do anything. Prabhupada went to America at the age of 70. And at the age of 70, going to America, starting a movement from the scratch, in 10 years' time he spread it all over the world. Did any religious movement spread so effectively in such a short span of time? No. Christianity, how long did it take Christianity to even start happening? It took at least 400 years before Christianity started to spread. Christianity started to spread only when Constantine took it upon himself. He started to spread Christianity. And then only it became. And so for 400 years, early Christians were being persecuted. They were living in catacombs. They were thrown in the mouths of the lions. Just for the sake of fun. The Romans used to do that, catch the Christians and in the amphitheater, in the arena, they would just watch the Christians are being eaten up by the lions. And Islam, how long did it take? It took another at least 400-500 years before it started to effectively spread. And that also with the might of a sword. Not with philosophical understanding and intelligent preaching. Either take it or die. That they had a simple formula. But Krishna consciousness movement, in 10 years' time it spread all over the world. No other religion ever spread in that velocity. And that was just the beginning. Although, during Prabhupada's time, it did not spread in every town and village, but it effectively was established all over the world. And the areas where Prabhupada could not effectively preach, those areas now became the most vibrant in their involvement in Krishna consciousness. Like the East European countries, China, where we could it couldn't happen. Prabhupada just one day just told Tamal Krishna Maharaj to go to China. Actually, it happened in a kind of a joke. Tamal Krishna Maharaj and Vishnujan Swami started the Radha Damodar party, the bus party. They were distributing books to the university students. And it was a very effective way of preaching, and devotees were very much inspired to join that party. And as a result of that, the brahmacharis were leaving the temples and joining that party. And Tamal Krishna, and they also would go to the temples and kidnap the brahmacharis. So the temple presidents were very upset and they reported to Śrīla Prabhupāda. And Prabhupada felt that if the temples are suffering in this way, then the movement will get affected. Therefore, Prabhupada suggested that they stop the Radha Damodar party. And there was a long discussion between Prabhupada and Tamal Krishna Maharaj during that time. So, Tamal Krishna Maharaj was arguing with Śrīla Prabhupada or reasoning with Śrīla Prabhupada that how can I stop it? Prabhupada said, it's not your thing to stop, it's my thing to stop. This is not your party, it's my party. Then at one point, Tamal Krishna Maharaj told Prabhupada, then what shall I do? Should I go to China? And Prabhupada said, not a bad idea. And then Prabhupada became serious about that. He said, no, you go to China. And that's how it started. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj was a wonderful, wonderful devotee. Very, very efficient, very capable, and very dedicated to serving Śrīla Prabhupada. He took it upon himself. He went to China when China was behind Iron Curtain. They went, one of our devotees' father was the vice president of whiskey company called Seagram. I'm sure Australians are quite well acquainted to that. So Seagram, so they went as representatives of Seagram to China. Like doing business in China. They stayed in a hotel, and in the hotel they used to have preaching programs. In the hotel suite, they had a kitchen. They took the hotel suite that had cooking facilities, and they would cook their prasad and invite people and have programs and serve prasad. So that's how they started. And today, Krishna consciousness is booming in China. Russia, Krishna consciousness is spreading in an inconceivable way. Anyway, so this is how Krishna consciousness is spreading. How? Because of Śrīla Prabhupada's divine arrangement. Even after his disappearance, this movement is growing. When Prabhupada left the planet, there were only 108 temples. There were not only. Prabhupada established 108 temples. Today we have more than 500 temples. So this is how this movement is growing. Now, why it is growing in such a way? Because of the institution. Because of the effective way of the institution functioning in spreading Krishna consciousness. In this respect, we can consider one thing. Śrīla Prabhupada's spiritual master. How many of you know who was Śrīla Prabhupada's spiritual master? Okay. Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also was spreading Krishna consciousness very effectively in India. He established 63 temples in India those days. And he established another temple outside of India, that was in Burma. That way he established 64 temples. And his objective was to establish Krishna consciousness in the Western world. And he sent some of his disciples to the West, to England, to Germany. And they went there, but they haven't been able to do very much. And as you all know, he instructed Śrīla Prabhupada during the first meeting to go to the West and preach Krishna consciousness. So that shows that how determined he was to spread Krishna consciousness outside of India, because he was convinced about Mahaprabhu's prediction that this movement is going to spread all over the world in every town and village. So he was trying to do that. And we also see that he established an institution also, Gaudiya Mission. And before leaving the planet, he told them to collectively manage the institution. Collectively manage the institution means uphold the institution and make it function properly. But unfortunately, they did not follow his instruction. Instead of collectively managing the institution, they wanted to become the heads of different institutions, their own institutions. And as a result of that, that Gauriya mission disintegrated. And when it disintegrated, the preaching stopped. Individually, these leaders were very, very capable individuals. They were sannyasis, very erudite. Their sadhana was very exemplary. They were preaching, they were making disciples, and so forth. But that massive preaching that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur established failed because the institution collapsed. So from that we can see the importance of the institution. Although there were hundreds of sannyasis preaching, they had their own temples and all, but the preaching lost its effectivity. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada instructed us before leaving the planet that don't make the same mistake that my godbrothers made after Guru Maharaj's disappearance. What was the mistake? Prabhupada pointed out that he told them to collectively manage the institution and push the movement forward. But they didn't do that. And as a result of that, the institution disintegrated, institution fell apart, and preaching stopped. Prabhupada, in a kind of a humorous way, he mentioned that what they're doing is ringing bells and having picnics. Ringing bells means doing the deity worship by ringing bells, and picnic means after worshipping, after offering, they're having prasad, maintaining themselves. But the purpose of Krishna consciousness, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement is to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. And that is why, to keep the institution intact, Srila Prabhupada established this concept of collective management through the governing body commission and his position as the Founder-Acharya, which Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur didn't do. He did not emphatically establish his position in the institution. But indirectly he did that. He did not name any successor. He did not even mention anything about how initiation will be conducted after his disappearance, who will become guru, and so forth. But from that, Prabhupada became aware of the need or the means to keep the institution together. And what is the secret of keeping the institution together? The concept of collective management and Prabhupada's position as the Founder-Acharya. Prabhupada is not only the founder, no one will deny that fact that Prabhupada is the founder of ISKCON. But Prabhupada's position as the Acharya of ISKCON. Acharya means Prabhupada is going to be the guru of all the devotees of ISKCON for all time. And because we have kept this concept together, that's why ISKCON is still together and ISKCON is spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world so effectively. So that's why we started this discussion from yesterday about clarifying why we came up with this book. By the way, I think, how many of you have got this book? The Prabhupada, the Founder-Acharya? Oh, very few of you. Okay. Yeah, actually we haven't sent the books books to Australia, Aniruddha Prabhu brought a few books with him from Mayapur, and anyway, it is available in the internet. This book is in the internet. You'll find it. It is there. So those of you, how many of you would like to read this book? Please read it. Yeah, I'm just giving you an idea what it is like, what's it all about, and what's the purpose of this book, so that when you read it, you can get a clear understanding, and also in order to generate the interest in you all to read this book. And I will send some hard copies also. We printed 25,000 books already, and 25,000 books, almost all of them are gone. Now I'm going to give a second run of another 25,000. Because we want these books to reach every single individual in ISKCON. And we will make arrangements like you have already different courses. Like one course I think many of you have participated in is the disciple course. And so it will become a part of disciple. And in the disciple course, you are becoming aware of the importance of Śrīla Prabhupāda's position. Like that is one thing that we have to systematically establish in ISKCON, Śrīla Prabhupāda's position. And Śrīla Prabhupāda's position means everyone's relationship with Śrīla Prabhupada. So, anyway, so this is the objective that we have in presenting this book. Now it's a GBC's position paper, and this will be the GBC stand on Śrīla Prabhupāda's position for all time. Everybody will recognize that this is what Śrīla Prabhupada is. He is the Founder-Ācārya. He founded ISKCON. ISKCON is his institution, and Śrīla Prabhupada will remain the Acharya of ISKCON for all time. So now I'll invite questions. I'm sure many of you have many questions. Please feel free to ask. It's a very important topic, and if you have any doubt or if you have any question, please ask. Yeah.
Maharaj, I took the discipleship course earlier in the year. It escapes me where I read it, but I was very interested in the point that was made that we should all offer our obeisances to Śrīla Prabhupada when we say our pranams. Could you comment on this, please?
Yeah. You see, pranam, first of all, let's try to understand what pranam is. Pranam or obeisances is an expression of surrender to the personality. So when we come to ISKCON, who are we surrendering ourselves to? Krishna consciousness is a process of surrender. So we surrender to Krishna, we surrender to Krishna's representatives, and especially in the context of ISKCON, when we come to ISKCON, who are we grateful to and who are we surrendering ourselves to? Śrīla Prabhupada. And then comes Prabhupada's representatives. The other devotees, the spiritual masters, Shiksha Gurus, Diksha Gurus, temple presidents, senior devotees. So Krishna consciousness is a process of surrender. And this is how we cultivate this process of surrender. Does it answer your question? Thank you.
I was wondering how much this is put into practice.
How much is it?
How much is it put into practice?
Oh, how much is put into practice? Well, we can propose and intelligent people will accept. Sincere individuals will accept. We can't monitor everyone, listen to what he is saying when he is offering obeisances, whether he is chanting Prabhupada's pranam mantra or something else. But this is how we can at least educate the devotees what they should do and why they should do it and what's the benefit in doing that. Yes, thank you. Yeah, please.
Maharaj, with this new understanding that the GBC has got and this new stand, how does that, how are the Ritvik followers taking this new sort of direction?
Oh, very good point. Yeah, how many of you are aware of this thing called Ritvikism? Okay. You see, there one concept developed in course of time after Śrīla Prabhupāda's disappearance, and especially after some gurus had spiritual difficulties, some individuals started to propagate that no one is qualified to become guru. Only Prabhupada is qualified and he will give initiation. A pretty nice proposal. But the problem is that we cannot accept something that hasn't been presented in the scriptures, hasn't been practiced in the past, and that Prabhupada himself did not institute it. Sadhu, Shastra and Guru. That is the way we go. What the sadhus, the saintly personalities in the past have done, what has been written in the scriptures, presented in the scriptures, and what the Guru is proposing, they should all be in line, in conformity. The Guru never says something that is not presented in the scripture or hasn't been practiced by the previous Acharyas. So since this hasn't been practiced, since there is no instance of such a custom, such a system in the past, since there is no such evidence in the scripture, and since Śrīla Prabhupada himself did not say that, we cannot accept it. But one thing has been very clearly established in ISKCON. As I was mentioning, that Prabhupada is the Acharya for all time. Not as a Diksha Guru, but as the Shiksha Guru for all devotees of all time. That is the difference. They are saying Prabhupada will continue to give Diksha. The Ritviks are saying that Prabhupada will continue to give Diksha. But GBC's consideration is that Prabhupada is the Shiksha Guru for all devotees for all time. Now the important consideration here is our sampradaya is not a Diksha Parampara. Our line is of Shiksha Parampara. Now what is more important, Diksha or Shiksha? Shiksha. Like if Diksha is the admission to the university, then Shiksha is attending the class and learning the subject. Right? Now if I take admission in a university but don't attend the classes, can I get a degree? No. So both are important. Admission is important and attending classes also important. But out of these two, Shiksha is more important. And who will ever deny that Śrīla Prabhupada is the Shiksha Guru for all devotees for all time, on whose teachings ISKCON establishment has been founded? On whose teachings? Prabhupada's. Prabhupada's books are the basis for ISKCON. And that way Śrīla Prabhupada will always remain the Shiksha Guru for all devotees of ISKCON for all time. So that is the difference between them and what we are presenting. You have a question? Yeah?
Thank you so much. How our multi-guru structure is aligned with Śrīla Prabhupada as Founder-Acharya?
Yeah. See, the multi-gurus are many gurus are there in ISKCON, and many more will be there. But they all will function under the authority structure of ISKCON as representatives of Śrīla Prabhupada. Meaning, they will take their disciples to Śrīla Prabhupada. Guru never keeps the disciples for themselves. Guru's business is to be a transparent via medium. He's a via medium. Through the Guru, the disciple sees Krishna. Through the Guru, the disciple sees the disciplic succession. Like via medium, like this glasses are via medium, isn't it? When the glasses are not there, I don't see clearly. But I put on the glasses, although it is between me, my eyes and my object, it's enhancing my vision, not obscuring my vision. So that is the Guru. Through the Guru we see the spiritual reality. Therefore, the more the merrier. Also I'll justify why more the merrier. I gave the example of a pair of glasses, spectacles. But have you seen a telescope? This pair of glasses are enhancing my vision to some extent. I can see. But through a telescope I can see an object which is hundreds of thousands of miles away. And more the glasses there, more the lenses are there, more powerful the telescope is. So similarly, more gurus we have, better our vision is. Farther we can see. And Krishna, who is so far away, becomes near to us. Any other question? Yes? Okay, Mataji.
I was told that before when you are paying obeisances to Śrīla Prabhupada, before saying pranam to him, you should say pranam to your Guru so that Śrīla Prabhupada will recognize you who disciple you are.
What is taught in the disciple course? Anyone who attended that? Who did that? You said that. What is taught in the thing? Like, I don't remember who is first.
The Guru before us first.
Guru before?
Just the Guru who gave us initiation and Brahmin initiation.
Okay, through that Guru you are seeing Śrīla Prabhupada. You are approaching Śrīla Prabhupada.
We are approaching Prabhupada, but we are saying the pranam mantra for our first Guru who gave us initiation.
Okay, and then you are saying Prabhupada's pranam.
We normally don't say Prabhupada's pranam.
No, you must. Yeah, because the ultimate surrender actually is to Prabhupada. That is the understanding. It becomes a long thing, but what to do? Yeah, you have a question?
Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, because we understand the prophecy of Lord Chaitanya has a long way to go, so to speak, literally. And we also understand from Śrīla Prabhupāda and also from the scriptures that in the coming times, centuries and years altogether, there will be other very great luminaries in the sky of the Vaishnava preaching. So even in current times we see that there are very, very exalted personalities like yourself, Śrīla Jayataka Swami Maharaj, who are literally the Siksha Gurus of entire states and continents. So in light of that, in the coming centuries or coming years when very great personalities, self-illuminating personalities would appear, what should be the attitude of the followers who obviously would see them achieve so much for Prabhupada and be blown away to the extent that
Okay, good point. Very good point. You see, with the passing of time, yes, as you were saying, the luminaries will be there, but as the time passes, Prabhupada's position will become more and more clear. It's like when you're very close to a very high mountain, you don't really see you can't really comprehend the height of that mountain. A small little hill appears to be even bigger than the mountain. Sometimes the small little hill obscures the view of the mountain. But the more you move away, then the height of the mountain becomes apparent. With the passing of time, that's what's going to happen. With the passing of time, the world will see the real greatness of Śrīla Prabhupada. A personality like Prabhupada is very, very rare in this world. Yes, thank you.
Maharaj, would you compare then, say, the position of Śrīla Prabhupada to something comparable to Ravīndra-Acharya, Madhva-Acharya, who led there something?
Exactly, yeah. Or I would say even greater. Even greater. Because, you see, these four Sampradaya Acharyas obviously were great personalities and they established the Sampradaya in Kali Yuga. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually came and accepted established the supremacy of his teachings over all four Sampradayas. In a way, like he actually adapted two principles from each Sampradaya and he established Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta, Achinta Bhedabhed Tattva. And Śrīla Prabhupada is actually fulfilling Mahaprabhu's prediction. You see like the four Acharyas, Sampradaya Acharyas are undoubtedly very great personalities. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's achievement far exceeds their achievements. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he himself didn't do, but predicted that will happen, or is happening by Śrīla Prabhupada, because Śrīla Prabhupada has been specially assigned by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to accomplish that mission. And Śrīla Prabhupada, that's why Śrīla Prabhupada came and established the institution. He stayed only for about 12 years after he started the movement. But this movement will continue. His movement will continue through the institution of ISKCON. And that is why it's so important to keep the institution of ISKCON together. Because if ISKCON is together, Mahaprabhu's prediction will become a reality. If the institution fell apart, then it's not going to happen. If ISKCON falls apart, then we have to consider that someone like Śrīla Prabhupada or even greater than Śrīla Prabhupada has to come and create another institution which is more effective than ISKCON. But the chances of that happening is very, very bleak. And Prabhupada has made all the arrangements. He translated the most important scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, the very basis of the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, into English and translated in all different languages with his Bhaktivedanta purport. Right? And then he created the ISKCON institution, established temples all over the world. Right? So what Prabhupada has done, Prabhupada has done the most perfect arrangement. Prabhupada made the most perfect arrangement. The books are there, the institution is there, the temples are there, the devotees are there, and the movement is growing. So, and another thing I can very boldly admit, that 37 years after Śrīla Prabhupāda's disappearance, ISKCON is still there and going strong, which indicates that ISKCON is going to get stronger and stronger. Because the most critical time was after Śrīla Prabhupāda's disappearance, which you know, what ISKCON had gone through after Śrīla Prabhupāda's disappearance. And since we have been able to overcome that crisis, well, ISKCON is here to stay. Yes.
I have one more question. Now, in the present times, we understand Śrīla Prabhupada is the Founder-Acharya. So how should one be cultivating his relationship with Śrīla Prabhupada? With a person, it is much easier. With a Diksha Guru or a Siksha Guru where...
Okay, very good point. Can everybody hear the questions? Okay. Oh, you didn't hear?
Not so clear.
Okay. So, the simple point is, with personalities we can develop relationships and understand their teachings. But when the personality is not there, then how can we? Okay, here we have to understand that a spiritual personality, the spiritual master, has got two aspects. The physical aspect and instructions. Vapu and Vani. Out of these two, which is more important? Are you sure? Okay, then if he is personally present, if he is not personally present, should it affect the relationship? No. Even he is shaking his head. No. Through his Vani. The real thing is the Vani of the spiritual master, not the Vapu. The physical form may be there but may not be there. Okay, let's consider how much physical association Śrīla Prabhupada had of his spiritual master. Only 3 occasions, 3 times. But Prabhupada is the one who perfectly understood the mood and mission of his spiritual master. Those who had been such close associates of Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur couldn't understand his teachings. Okay. Yes. Okay, I'll take some other. Yeah. Yeah, please.
Maybe a bit of a controversial question. May offend some devotees. I was watching a 24-hour kirtan festival in Ravīndra.
Was that
I
Kirtan?
was watching a 24-hour kirtan.
Yeah.
And I just personally think it's a bit of an epidemic in the movement at the moment. The style of cartel playing. I find like Prabhupada is the Acharya, which means that he sets the example which we should all follow. He introduced cartel playing as chip chip chip. I just find that now most devotees, a lot of devotees, the style of cartel playing is more like a chip 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 chip. Do you think that's getting a bit out of control? Like there should be some kind of shooting into the bottle. Like on this video I was watching, pretty much every kirtan is just dominated by this kind of stuff.
You know, it's very difficult to address that point, to tell you frankly, because in one hand, changes with time is unavoidable. I won't say changes, but sometimes improvement. No, I'm saying, like at the outset I said, it's a very difficult question to answer. So that's why I'm just addressing, like changes or improvement is with time is unavoidable in one way. But at the same time, there shouldn't be any change. Right? Like, Kirtan style has changed from Prabhupada's time. Like nowadays, often the youngsters, when they lead the Kirtan and the mood that is developing, is very different from the early days. And sometimes I feel out of place myself. But at the same time, you see, well, they're another generation, they're developing another mood, another spirit. But as long as the essence remains intact, that is what is.
Well, I find the essence is that it should be concentrating on the holy name. But I find that the style of kids' cartel playing, it distracts from hearing the holy name.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You see, the style of kartal, the style of tune, style of mridanga playing may change, but the holy name, the emphasis on the holy name should be there. That shouldn't change.
If something's getting in the way of hearing that, then...
Like I noticed one thing. You see, a group of Chinese devotees came to Ujjain, where I developed a project. And there were 40 of them came, and we had a wonderful program with them. And they were leading the kirtan in the Chinese tune. Right? And it was wonderful, very beautiful, melodious. So as long as it enhances the holy name, is acceptable. But if it obscures the holy name, no, then it shouldn't be accepted. If too much emphasis on kartal and mridanga and no emphasis on the holy name, no, that shouldn't be. And these details, is very difficult for me to comment, because maybe it's better that the local leaders actually deal with these issues, with those who are seeing what's happening, and make sure that Prabhupada's standard remains intact. Yes?
Maharaj, from a Gaudiya Vaishnava perspective, where the emphasis is on the personalist philosophy, what Upanishads did Prabhupada lay emphasis on in his preaching, and why did he do so?
Upanishad.
What Upanishads did Prabhupada lay emphasis on?
Gita Upanishad.
Why did he do so?
Gita Upanishad. Gita, Bhagavad Gita. Because Gita is the essence of all Upanishads. Sarva Upanishado Gavo. Do you understand Sanskrit? Okay, I'll explain. All the Upanishads are like a cow. Dogdha Gopala Nandana. The cowherd boy Krishna milked that cow. Vatsa Partha. The calf of that cow is Arjun. Sudhir Bhokta. Those who are intelligent, they drink that milk of that cow. Krishna milked. So all the Upanishads are compared to a cow, and the milk of that Upanishad that has been milked by Krishna, the cowherd boy, is Bhagavad Gita. So tell me which Upanishad is most important. And Śrīla Prabhupāda's teaching was based on that Upanishad. And also among the Purans, the most pristine, the purest of all Puran, Amal Puran, the spotless Puran, is Srimad Bhagavatam. So these are the two scriptures that Śrīla Prabhupada considered to be the very foundation. Yes.
Sorry, if I'm asking the question as compared to the rhetoric thing. Another theory or so-called sidetrack is in an ISKCON is going on is like female Diksha Guru. Can you elaborate on this?
It's very difficult for me to elaborate when we haven't been able to decide anything on that. It's being discussed. So let's see what the GBC decides. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Śrīla Prabhupāda emphasized so much on his books, but now we see so many books, varieties of books coming up. So how shall we balance? And the second question is, why is ISKCON not making compulsory, at least to read Śrīla Prabhupāda's books, maybe some basic books before taking first initiation?
Well, Prabhupada's books will always have the prominence. And ideally, the other books will help understand Śrīla Prabhupada's books. Other books will not compete with Śrīla Prabhupada. Like in ISKCON, one thing you can rest assured that the Bhagavatam classes will be given on the basis of Śrīla Prabhupada's books. So that has already established the prominence of Śrīla Prabhupada's books. Another consideration we have, the GBC passed a resolution that when the devotees distribute books, 95% of those books have to be Prabhupada's books. Only 5% other books. Yes.
Maharaj, on that same sort of point, when Prabhupada was on the planet, he placed a lot of emphasis on all his lectures to be recorded.
Yeah.
If you ask any devotee now, when was the last time they listened to a lecture by Śrīla Prabhupada, a lot of them will say, I've never listened to a lecture by Śrīla Prabhupada. So the emphasis is then they listen to a lecture by their Guru Maharaj or another Guru Maharaj. In the light of what you're saying, should there be more emphasis placed on actually allowing...
Actually, some temples have a system of playing Śrīla Prabhupada's tapes at least once a week. Like for example, Bombay temple has that. Every Sunday, or no, every Monday, they play Śrīla Prabhupada's tapes. And personally I feel that with the passing of time, these things will become properly established. Like, with the passing of time, devotees will see Prabhupada's greatness and they will develop their attachment and appreciation for Śrīla Prabhupada. Like, say for example, if some recordings of Jesus Christ was available today, can you imagine what a sensation it will create? So similarly, a time will come when people will stand in queue to buy Śrīla Prabhupada's books. It's just a matter of time. As I was saying, we are too close to Śrīla Prabhupada to recognize his greatness. And some small little hill is obscuring our view of that mountain. But more we move away on time, these smaller hills will disappear. And the big mountain will just stand there with its grandeur and glory. Okay.
I want to know, when we are preaching to the Western people, it's very difficult to bring them to our home. Like, it feels very easy to bring the Indians in, but very difficult to bring the Western people to our home. Do you have any idea?
Well, give them the taste of Indian food. And I tell you, they really appreciate that. I'll give you my personal experience. You see, I used to be in Germany, and sometimes, like on Saturdays, I used to cook myself. So one day, I invited a friend of mine, a Western friend of mine, to and take lunch with me, what I cooked. And he loved it so much, he went and told all other friends, what a fantastic cook I was. Then they all started to tell me that when I was going to invite them. And it was not possible for me to invite everybody. So what I used to do, I used to invite 2 or 3 of them every Saturday, and I used to cook. So the best way to enter into someone's heart is through his mouth. So you invite them, give them your friendship, give them your hospitality, and serve some. I'm sure you are a good cook. So
Normally, Maharaj, we keep the Bhaktivedanta programs, and then for that we invite the people every fortnight. So, how to say about the Bhaktivedanta program?
Don't invite them to Bhakti Brikshas. They won't be able to relate to that. Deal with them on a personal basis. Right? Befriend them. Then they will be indoctrinated. Yeah. Okay, you have a question? That young boy?
As time passes, when we get longer after Prabhupada's experience and after like 2019, after 2000 over, there'll be lots of money and lots of greedy stuff. So then all the people will be like greedy, and then how can we do Krishna consciousness then?
As time passes, there will be a lot of money and greedy stuff. So how can we be Krishna conscious in such greed?
Okay. Then people will see that more interesting and more exciting is Krishna consciousness than money. So then they'll run after Krishna consciousness and say goodbye to money. Yes, you have a question? Yeah.
Maharaj, I've been hearing you say through the lecture that we're too close to the mountain now to really appreciate and love Prabhupada.
Can you just remove your hand, please?
How can we remove ourselves further back so we can see the mountain more, so we can develop a deeper love for Prabhupada?
Read his books. Read his books. Read Prabhupada's books. Dwell in his life. And then we'll be able to appreciate. Because what Prabhupada gave is inconceivable. I had a record, I had it but I don't have it right now with me. The number of books Śrīla Prabhupada wrote, number of letters Śrīla Prabhupada replied, number of lectures he gave. It's inconceivable. It's impossible for any human being. Can you imagine travel around the world 12 times in 10 years' time, and at the same time write 80 volumes of books? How is it possible? And not only that, he wrote about something like 55,000 letters. How is it possible? So that shows that Prabhupada was not an ordinary personality. He came from the spiritual sky. And all that in 10 years' time. Thank you. Yes?
Maharaj, just a request, Maharaj. Please come to Melbourne quite often, Maharaj. We don't get your associations once in 5 years.
Now you know why I was not coming. Okay. Yes, I will come. When I come to Australia, I'll come to Melbourne. Yes, Mataji.
I would like to say that how Lord Krishna
had to deliver the educational Gita to Arjuna because it was lost, that education was lost. So Śrīla Prabhupāda came into similar circumstances where people were really going down. And as regards to the spiritual education is concerned, he saved us from going down the hill.
Yeah. True. He saved the whole world. And he will continue to save the whole world.
He gave us the new conception, because we didn't know the Bhagavatam, we didn't understand the Gita very well. Yeah. But he wrote in such a way that we understand.
Right. True. Yeah, that's the greatness of Śrīla Prabhupāda's presentation. Even a child can understand it, and even a PhD can appreciate it. Okay, so we can have a little kirtan. Harmonium. Oh, don't worry, we have only a few minutes. Just Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupāda, Prabhupāda. Gaur Premanande.